Welcome back to the Yogi. I'm Julia, your yoga instructor for arthritis, and in today's short practice, I'll be guiding you through heart-opening yoga poses. Heart openers are also gentle back bends and are useful for reversing bad posture, computer posture, where we're looking down a lot and we hunch over. So in this posture today, we'll be opening the chest, the heart center, and also realigning the head to be in line with the spine. I will be taking a yin yoga approach. Yin is supportive. It can also be described as cool, grounding, calm, inward, and focused. We will be taking this practice down to the floor today. All you'll need for today's practice is a yoga mat, 2 blocks if you have 2 blocks at home, a blanket, and 2 cushions from your couch, and we'll get started. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. You can close your eyes. And exhale fully through the nose. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. And just take a moment to notice how you feel, a little check-in for your day. Breathe naturally through the nose. Just notice even how the physical body might feel, not just the mind, both. And next, taking that awareness, we're going to shift it to our hands. So if it's available to you, start to rub the hands together, the palms of the hands together, and create some energy between the hands, some warmth. You're creating this heat and energy between the hands. Let's speed it up a little bit. And then place your hands to your heart center. And notice the warmth at the heart. Any vibrations that you might be feeling from rubbing the hands together and creating that energy. Bring some attention to the fingers and the hands. Gently drop the chin to the chest, creating space in the neck. And then inhale to gently lift the chin and gaze up. One more time, flow with your exhale all the way down. And keeping your shoulders still and relaxed. Inhale the head up. And then exhale to bring your head back to center. And next we'll take a gentle side bend, breathing in, taking our left hand to our hip if that's available, and reaching the right arm up. Exhale to take a gentle side bend, but keep your right glute, your right buttocks glued to your seat. We're not going to lift up. We want to feel that stretch all the way in the right side body, all the way to the fingertips. And then when you're ready, come back down, switch sides, send your right hand to your right hip. Inhale your left arm overhead, and exhale with the length of your spine all the way to the other side. And then check in with the glute, check in with your buttocks of the left. Ground it down. You don't have to go that far. And then exhale back to center. Gently send out our legs. And next we're going to come into our yin postures for heart opening. So I'm going to start with the blanket because it is the more gentle option, and then from there I will go into the blocks, and you can choose which one is best for you. Take your blanket and you're going to unfold your blanket, and right now I have mine folded up twice, so I have it folded one side and the other, and I want to keep it like this so I have enough space for my shoulders and my back. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll our blanket mindfully. We're going to be placing this along the underneath of the shoulder blades to open the chest. Roll down, slowly looking forward. You can come down to the forearms if that's easier. Slowly place the back of the heart onto your blanket. You can adjust. You should feel an opening in the chest, and kind of like a hollowing in the back that it's creating. And right now I have my hands relaxed with my palms facing upward. And the last thing is the legs, and we want to make sure that our legs are comfortable. So you have the option to keep your feet on the ground with your knees bent. You even have the option to take the knees together or add a pillow in between the knees if that's comfortable. You also have the option to extend the legs slowly, one at a time, and notice what it feels like on the back. And if you're comfortable, you can stay right here with your legs extended in supported fish pose, supported Matsyasana. That's the Sanskrit name for fish pose. And the benefits of fish pose is that it's a nice chest and shoulder opener. It opens the heart center, our Anahata chakra, our center of unconditional love, of emotions, of our relationships to self and others. Possibly some emotional release happening because we tend to store a lot of our emotions in this area. And also in the hips. I'll give you a last option with the legs. You can take your 2 pillows and very mindfully bend 1 foot at a time, place the feet back onto the earth, and you're going to create a cobbler's pose with your feet. So cobbler's pose, you send the soles of the feet together. It doesn't matter how close or how far your feet are from your torso. The further away, the less stretch you'll get. So, I mean, it really depends. You don't want to make this very intense, so I suggest loosening up a little bit. You'll still feel a stretch in the groin and in the hips. And if you have any groin or hip injuries, it's important that you do support your legs with pillows on each side. And sometimes I like to stack 2 pillows, or I like to even fold 1 pillow up to create more height. You can decide if you want to release it after, and you can notice the difference on one side if you fold up your pillow. And then you'll stay in this pose once you've found your comfortable positioning. You'll stay here for the next 2 minutes, breathing in and out. Notice how you feel, and send yourself some loving kindness into any areas of tension. You can breathe in that loving kindness. And I will guide you through the other variation with the blocks, and then we'll settle in. To come out of the pose, you want to roll onto your side and press up. You always pause for a moment. Coming in and out of postures are just as important as the actual pose themselves. So if you're not using the blanket anymore, I was already in a state of heart opening, so that's really beautiful that we can achieve that in such a short amount of time. You definitely feel the benefits, physical and energetic. So that was really nice. I'm going to grab my blocks and place them on medium height. If you haven't worked with blocks before, this is low height, medium height, and high height. So I'm going to put them on medium height today because I find it is the most comfortable for most of my students when I practice with them. The most comfortable is the blanket, so just listen to your body because your body knows best. So same thing, we want to make sure that we're looking ahead. When we roll down, the first block is supporting underneath the shoulder blades, underneath our heart center, and the second one is coming to the base of our head. So this is where we'll have to be mindful, okay? So I'm going to move some of my props so you can see, and I'm rolling down, looking forward, finding that first block. Sometimes you'll need to adjust on your forearms. Now that I found it underneath my shoulder blades, I am slowly going to lower my head, slowly, to the block. And now I notice it's not in the right position. I might need my block to move a little bit closer, a little bit further away until I am in a comfortable position. Always keep your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor as you are preparing the top of your posture. You want to focus on the head all the way down to the shoulder blades, and then the lower back, and then the legs last. So right now, notice if there's anything that feels discomfort. You might be getting used to the feeling of blocks on your body, so it might be a little bit hard instead of like something soft on your body, and just notice what that feels like. I know that for my neck, having too much of an opening here is compressing the back of my spine, and what I need to do is find a gentle tuck to the head. And how I would do that with you is I would place a folded blanket or a cushion on top of the block carefully so it doesn't fall over. And now I feel like I have the support that I need. My chin is slightly tucked in now. I still have an opening of the throat, but to have my head hanging back is not good for someone that has cervical arthritis or cervical injuries. So you want to make sure that you add that extra cushioning behind your head. And then I feel ready to move on to my legs. It's all about exploring in yin, so it takes a bit of time to set up the pose, but once you're in, you're in. So do anything you need to make adjustments. I'm going to give you a tip. You can also gently roll to your right side to come out of this pose. And we're going to add a blanket on top of the blocks. For some people, blocks are just not comfortable. Maybe you're not feeling any pain. Maybe it feels good. Maybe it's a little massage for the body. But I'm not taking any chances with you guys. I'm going to make sure that you have all the tools you need to practice at home and practice on your own whenever you want to. So I'm going to add my blanket on top of the blocks, but I'm going to make sure that my blanket stops right at the edge of the block, so that way it's not affecting the rest of my back. So now that I have an extra cushion, let's see how that feels like. And bring a pillow, or bring a little folded blanket to place under the head, folded towel. I think everyone has pillows on their couch or on their bed, so I think it's a good tool. So you come down to the first block. It's not complicated. It's just finding comfort on different days. Like, you never know how it's going to be. So drop the head gently. And now I feel a big difference. Just tuck the chin into the chest slightly and add a pillow on top of your block. That feels good. And now I feel really good. I feel the opening. I have support on top of the blocks, and I feel the support underneath me. Now I can decide the legs. So slowly you can take either the feet to the earth, you can take the knees together with a pillow in between, you can extend one leg at a time. And now I just want you to notice how this feels, because this is a little bit more elevated because of the blocks, but try to not look at me and try to look straight up at the ceiling, or you can close your eyes. And check in with your body, especially the lower back and the pelvis here. Notice if there's any discomfort or pain. If there is, you can absolutely take a different variation for your legs. You can even add in the hips by gently bending the knees. As long as there's an extra cushion around. You don't have to take this pose, but you absolutely want to bring 2 pillows underneath the knees to support both sides equally and to allow them to open up, because they will. If you come back to this practice time and time again, you will notice a difference in your mobility and in your flexibility. So take whichever pose feels best for you. I'm going to stick to supported fish, but you can take reclined cobbler's pose, also known as Supta Baddha Konasana in Sanskrit. So now that you've found your yin restorative pose, start to notice how you feel and breathe. We'll move into a moment of stillness and silence and allow yourself to let go further into this pose and know that at any moment when you're ready to come out of the posture, take your time to roll to your right side and take a pause, a mindful breath before coming to a lying down position or a cross-legged seated position. And you don't have to worry about the time. I'll take care of that. And just know that you're being held completely to listen to your body and to make any adaptations at any time that you feel you need it. And we'll just focus on our heart center today, sending love and kindness to our bodies, to our minds. And be kind. If you are like one of my students that cannot stay still and it's really uncomfortable and you don't know why you're lying here and you want to get up, I really encourage you to stay, because this sounds like it's the opposite of your personality, and it is a very, very beneficial and balancing practice for people that are always on the go, that don't like to meditate or to breathe. They like to just go, go, go. This is very beneficial, and you'll only be here for another minute. Try to get comfortable with staying still. Try to understand the benefit of this posture. The longer that you stay in this pose, the more beneficial this pose can be for someone that's on the go all the time. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And start to wiggle the toes and the fingers. And very mindfully tuck the chin in towards the chest and start to roll to the right side. And I'm going to encourage you to stick around if you can. And if you can't, I understand. I will see you at the next yoga class. But remove your props to the side. And what I'm going to have you do is lie back down on your back slowly and allow yourself to come into a mini Savasana and notice what that feels like in the body, your back. Do you feel like you're melting completely into the floor? Your heart is melting right into your mat. You should feel a release, whether physical, emotional, or energetically. So let's just stay here and notice for 1 minute. Give yourself that 1 minute if you can. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And I'm going to close the practice by sharing an affirmation with you and returning back to our heart. I am love. You can even send your hands back together and rub the palms together to close your practice, repeating whatever affirmation resonates the most with you. You can say, I have an open heart. I am open to love. I love myself and all human beings. Whatever feels good. So, I am love. Just repeat it for a moment, whichever one you connected to as soon as you heard it. I am love. And I just want to check in and know how you feel. So please share with me in the comments below. And again, if you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. It makes a huge difference because I am here to heal and serve. Please give it a like, a love, show a little love since your heart is so open after this practice. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.